The book of St. John, chapter 6, and verse 35. And Yahweh Shah said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I said unto you, that ye also have seen me, and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out, the elect of Israel. For I came down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which he has given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last, the third temple, the elect. And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son and believeth on me, the elect of Israel, may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day, the gathering of the elect of Israel. All praises to Yahweh, by Shema Shah, Bahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect that's seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. That scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen, beginning to 144,000. Preacher, teachers, and prophets, Shalom. And Yahweh Shai's role, his job, is to do the will of the Heavenly Father to gather the elect. But Yahweh Shai also passed that job down to the apostles, the 12 apostles, which ultimately trickles down to the 144,000. So our job is to gather the elect. Let me rephrase that. Lord willing, I'm part of the 144,000, but the men whom Yahweh Shema shall set forth, their job is to gather the elect. So what us as a hopeful elect that's seeking to be the elect of Israel are doing just that. But Yahweh Shema Shah has allotted us to do. All right? And just to gather in the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, men, women, and children that are Israelites. All right? So that's our job. And Yahweh Shah said, blessed is that servant who was found working, man. Hold on, hold on, this one got me crazy. We back now, y'all. Back in action. I got 2 videos I want to play. Because see, our job is not to be in the world and do things of the world. No. Our job is to do the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai told Peter, he said, if you love me, feed my sheep. Let's get that. Then we'll get the other one, Lord willing. This is the book of St. John, chapter 21, verse 16. Let's start, 16. Now let's start up. Now this is to us as well, the men to whom Yahweh Shema Shai set up to do the work. St. John, chapter 21, and 15. So when they had dined, Yahweh Shai said to Simon Peter, who was King David, the head apostle of the nation of Israel, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord Yahweh Shai, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. He said to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord Yahweh Shai, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. And the sheep of Yahweh Shema Shai is the elect of the nation of Israel. Only. Forget what they don't. If you want to skip what these Christians talking about anybody could be part of the church, do your thing, man. You wrong, and you're gonna get judged for it. All right? But it's only the elect of Israel that's a part of the church of Third Temple. And that's what we fishing for. It says, he said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord Yahweh Shai, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai said unto him, Feed my sheep. You see that? So, that's the men of the Lord's job, man. To feed the sheep. All right? To gather in the elect. All right? and it goes into putting off the things of the world, putting off this flesh. Hey, we got wives. You know, hey, we're in a time where we got to be as though we don't have wives. All right. So hey, some of us got girlfriends, wives, families, but guess what? We're not in the time to fulfill that role to win a father of the year, husband of the year. No, man. We're in the time of doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's our primary focus. Now, we do what we need to do as a head of the household and things of that nature. But our main focus is Yahweh Shema Shai. And the women that's in this truth, all right, and the women that's with the men of Yahweh Shema Shai, you got to know and understand that. Because, hey, men build for the future. And that's what the men of Yahweh Shema Shai are doing. Working for the kingdom. And you're going to benefit from that as well. As you see what's going on in the world, hey, all these women, they leaving their boyfriends, husbands, been engaged with them 3-4 years, and been married 20-25 years, and next thing they know, oh, it's old. He didn't change, he was boring. And you done threw the whole relationship away on some worldly stuff. Social media. All right? You women in the truth, you don't want to do that. Because if you do that, you're throwing away your salvation. All right? But you got to know and understand that the men that you're with are working towards the kingdom, and you're going to be a part of that. So as you see, we're in a time of chaos, plagues, the pestilence, disease, and everything about to shut down, Lord willing, you're going to be protected. Because why? That man that you're with, that's a man of Yahweh Shema Shai, who put Yahweh Shema Shai first, has been laboring for the kingdom, has been fulfilling his job description. That's to protect you, first and foremost himself, then you, as his wife or girlfriend, wives, we'll say wives, because that's what you are, and the family, the household. All right? And that's why Yahweh Shai said, blessed is that servant who is found working, man. When his Lord comes. Luke 12 and 37. We'll start it on verse 35. Let's start at 35. Let's start at 34. I'm sorry. Luke 12, 34. The water Yahweh Shema Shai. Yahweh Shai speaking. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. See, so the men of Yahweh Shema Shai, their treasure, their works are in heaven. So that's where their minds are. All right? The men of Yahweh Shema Shai's focus is on the kingdom, doing what the job description says for them to do. To be obedient, to teach the correct doctrine. Hey, linking up with the brothers, reading, studying, researching, doing lessons. So that's taking away a lot of time from the household, which is fine, because it's going to pay off. All right. It says, "Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning, and give yourselves like unto men." It says, "Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning, and give yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself, and make them to sit down to meat, and shall come forth and serve them." You see that? You see? So this is not a time to be playing around. It's a time to be on point. All right? And that's what, the women, you women got to understand with your husbands. It's in this truth. Children got to understand the same thing. And us men, we got to understand the same thing, because sometimes, men try to balance it out, but hey, it's not hard to balance it. It's not hard to balance it out. Because when your main focus and priority is Yahweh Shema Shai, everything else gonna fall in place. All right? See, we're not in the time of living for the now. We're in a time of what? Living and planning for the future, man. And that's the kingdom. Hey, all hell about to break loose. You know, and you want you yourself and your household to be protected from the famine and diseases and all the hell that's about to break loose, man. All right. So forget about the feelings. All right, forget about the feelings. It says when you keep reading, it says, and if he come in the second watch or come in the third watch and find them so, blessed are those servants. You see, doing what? Working, laboring, man. Doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? Hey, that means that even when the internet and everything shut down, we still in the spirit. We still doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. We still walking in righteousness. When now hell break loose, this ain't the time to be, oh, yeah, man, we done now, man. Hey, we going to stop preaching and edifying. No, we still going to be preaching and edifying because some of us can build amongst some, we going to build amongst some believers, man. And we still going to have to guide them along. We still got to walk in the spirit. We still going to have to apply the scriptures. We still going to have to teach and guide by way of the Holy Spirit. Israelites, all right? Hey, how should I say you can be with us to the end? So, hey, and that's the case. Hey, we got to continue to do our work to the end. All right? It says, and this know that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and not have suffered his house to be broken through. Be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not. You see? Unexpectedly, which we know, according to prophecy, the timeline and what will be going on, and it's very near. But we know this MOTB got to be in place, man. All right? Now, let's hold, because I want to read some of it, all of it in the NLT. 1 Corinthians 7. I got 2 videos that I'm going to play. My girl Lauren and this other woman. 1 Corinthians 7. It's like 29. We'll start up a little bit. Yeah, we can read it in the NLT. Yeah, let's hold that joint right there. And let's get this. Matter of fact, so no. Second, Ezra chapter 16. Excuse me. And verse, yeah, because this is what Paul was quoting. Paul was quoting second Ezra. Yeah, hold that. Let's play these 2 videos right here. So women know and understand that you want a man that's secure in his job, that's secure within himself, and is not affected by your pettiness or anyone's pettiness, but focused on how about Shema Shai. All right? So I want to play her first right here. If a man has no friends, which the friends of the men of how about Shema Shai, first and foremost, the men of the Lord, their friends are Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and the body, the remnant. All right? So when you see the men of Yahweh Shema Shai, and you don't see them out and about amongst, guys that's in the world and just doing stuff, because, hey, these men are focused, man. These men are secure within themselves. These men are secure and are focused, laser focused on their job description. All right? And we don't have time to be hanging around people, man. Like, it's not beneficial to the kingdom. All right? Just a waste of time. And you can 9 times out of 10, you can come back mad because some of you going to see something and hear something and watch people do some stupid stuff, man.
If a man has no friends, pay close attention. If a man has no friends or a really small circle, don't get it twisted in your head. That's not a red flag. Everyone wants to tell you that, but they're wrong about this one. That's a man who has mastered himself. A man without friends or with a very small, tight circle is actually a deeply secure man. That's the truth most people miss. He's learned over time that quality matters infinitely more than quantity. He doesn't need an audience around him to validate that he's worth something. His confidence comes from inside him, not from the approval of whoever happens to be near him that day. He's not afraid to be alone because he already knows his own strength. He's tested it. He's proven it to himself. He's been by himself enough times to know he can handle it without falling apart. He's extremely selective about his energy and who gets access to his life. That's a good quality to have, not a concerning one. He's not out here collecting people like trophies just to say he has a big friend group. He's curating. There's a massive difference. He walks away from drama and gossip because he's built a peaceful life for himself, brick by brick, and he's not willing to let anyone come in and wreck it. You spend years building peace, and you learn real quick who's worth losing it over. Usually nobody is. He doesn't need to be surrounded by people to feel complete. That's the key difference. He's comfortable in his own company. He's grounded. He's steady. He doesn't waste time on meaningless relationships that drain more than they give, just to avoid sitting with himself. He knows what he wants. He knows what he doesn't. And he doesn't waste time pretending otherwise for anyone. So if you come across a man with very few friends or a very small circle, don't underestimate him for a second. That's not loneliness you're looking at. That's discipline.
That's the man of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? You women see him as boring. Y'all see us as boring. Hey, well, let my girl right here, Lauren. Let her speak. Flourish with Lauren.
When you are with a real man, this is what happens. Number one, he isn't always available for you because he has priorities. You are not the center of his universe, honey. I'm sorry. Number two, he will not drop everything just because you're sad or upset. Yes, your feelings matter, but they don't get to hijack his whole entire day. Number three, when he says no, it's no, period. And that doesn't make him a jerk, okay? That actually means that he has a spine. Number four, he refuses to have the same fight for the fifth time because peace really matters to him, like a lot. And if that makes you mad, you might just be addicted to chaos. Number five, he takes care of himself first. Does that make him selfish? No, but who likes to pour from an empty cup? Number six, he will not chase you when you pull away. Nope, he won't do it. He will leave your ass. And if you don't believe me, just watch him, okay? He's not begging anybody to stay. Number seven, he is steady, consistent, and predictable. If you are used to drama, that will feel boring. But to the right woman, that is going to feel like safety. And number eight, he needs sex all the time. Yes, girl, men who are ambitious, driven, and goal-oriented have high amounts of testosterone. So be ready to give it to him all of the time, or be ready to be replaced fast. Good men don't bend over backwards for you. They're building, and they're busy building a life worth having. And if you can't handle that, then stop wishing for it because you're not ready for it.
See that? So you heard what Lauren said. That's a man named How About Shema Shah. All right? Remember, hey, you women appreciate these men because these men are your protectors. These men are the men that Yahweh Shema Shah set up to protect you and your household. All right? So you sit up here. A lot of y'all don't left these type of men, the men of Yahweh Shema Shah. You're going to pay for it unless Yahweh Shema Shah decide to let you, grant you mercy and pull you and, how'd you get back with one of the brothers. But hey, that's solely up to Yahweh Shema Shah. And the Lord's going to allow the brothers to make that decision. All right? So, when you get right here, 2nd Ezra 16, doing Yahweh Shema Shah's letting us know that, hey, this ain't the time to be caught up in the feelings and relationships and focusing on relationships, which is worldly. And we'll get Paul after this because Paul was quoting this. All right? 2nd Ezra 16, and this whole chapter, the 15th chapter as well, is going to end times, man. See, how about Shema Shah letting us know that, hey, stay laser focused on this truth. Hey, all hell is breaking loose. 2nd Ezra 16. We started 39. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So this is what's happening now, and it's going to get worse. O my people, the elect of Israel, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle. Right, it's a spiritual battle for the elect, time of Jacob's trouble, and then those where the elect gonna have to walk by faith and not by sight. See, the elect, most definitely the men, it's gonna trickle down to the women, and then the children of Israel, the elect of Israel, and you're gonna appreciate the fact that your man devoted all his time to Yahweh Shema Shah, not catering to you and your feelings. All right. Oh, my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle. And in those days, and in those evils, you see, what evils? The 39th verse, the plagues, the calamities. It's going to be on all sides. That's going to cause the whole earth, the whole world to mourn. In other words, you can't buy a ticket to go to this state or to that state, or to buy a ticket to fly or to sail to another country, man. No, it's going to be upon the whole world. It says, and in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth, meaning, hey, being in the spirit and being out and about. All right? Not being stationary. It's going to get very uncomfortable. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. Yeah, because another point real quick, going back to the 40th verse. When you are as a pilgrim upon the earth, that means that you don't become complacent. All right? You don't become complacent as well. And so you're not going to go to a location and rest and get comfortable, man. No, so we're not in a time of comfort. All right? We're in a time of chaos and distress, man. A time of when anything can go off at any given time. It can happen at any given time. All right? So pilgrims don't settle. They're constantly moving. It says, he that selleth, let him be as though he that fleeth, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that has no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. You see? You see that? So that's the time we're in, and it's gonna stand out even more. Because we're in a time of all hell breaking loose and catering to these things, and what we're focused on is relationships. We ain't in the time for that, man. All right? We're not in the time for that. The bare minimum is enough. Understand that the little bit of quality of time that you get to spend as a family, that's enough. All right? That's enough for right now. All right? And therefore they that labor in vain. So when I want to read this 1 Corinthians 7 and verse let's start at verse 29. 1 Corinthians 7 and 29 in the NLT. But let me say this, dear brothers. You actually read the whole chapter. But let me say this, dear brothers and sisters. The time that remains is very short. So from now on, those with wives should not focus only on their marriage. You see that? And that's the time we're in. All right? You see what Paul was quoting? Those who weep or rejoice, those who weep or who rejoice or who buy things should not be absorbed by their weeping or their joy or their possessions. So you see the focus, the point of being laser focused on this truth is to do what? It's taking us out of the world as well. We're not focused on the things of the world. All right? And that includes pleasing a man pleasing his wife, or a wife pleasing her husband, or them so much satisfying every need for their kids. The wants for their kids. Because all needs are going to be met. So when all hell break loose, as we're seeing happen there's going to be nothing to detach or to let go. It's not. It's going to be easier to detach and let go. I'm tired, y'all. I didn't sleep with a nut last night. But 1 Corinthians 7 and 31. Those NLT, those who use the things of the world should not become attached to them. For this world, as we know, it will soon pass away. And we're seeing that happen as we speak. This world, meaning this kingdom, this age, this empire. All right? I want you to be free from the concerns of this life. An unmarried man can spend his time doing the Lord Yahweh Shemashah's work and thinking how to please him. But a married man has to think about his earthly responsibilities and how to please his wife. His interests are divided. In the same way, a woman who is no longer married or has never been married can be devoted to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai and only in body and in spirit. And wholly in body and in spirit. But a married woman has to think about her earthly responsibilities and how to please her husband. You see that? Paul was putting us up on game, man, by way of the Holy Spirit. You see? I am saying this for your benefit, not to place restrictions on you. I want you to do whatever will help you serve the Lord Yahweh Shemashah best with as few distractions as possible. And that's what it's about. Staying focused and not being distracted. Okay? That's what it's all about. That's all it's saying. And that's what Yahweh Shemashah wants. He wants us to be focused and not distracted. All right? And men and women in Israel, in this truth, man, and we got to understand that. That's why a lot of us brothers are single, man. A lot of us brothers single. I don't mean myself, I don't want no woman. You know? Hey, y'all know, hey, brothers know. You know, hey, I love my peace, man. You know, my little bit of peace that I got. You know? And it's all about Yahweh Shema Shah. We can't afford no distraction. That's why Yahweh Shema Shah took these women from us. You know, all these women who was out there getting had and whatever the case may be, there was a distraction, man. All right, our kids, Yahweh Shema Shah took some of our kids. The Lord took both of my daughters. Hey, so there was a distraction. But hey, that's brothers who, you know, lost our children, you know. Either baby moms took them away or the Yahweh Shema Shah pulled them back to the spirit world. Hey, they were a distraction. We'll get them back. You know, we get everything back 100-fold in the kingdom, man. It says, but if a man think that he's treating his fiancée improperly and will inevitably give in to his passion, let him marry her as he wishes. It is not a sin. Meaning have sex. You know, sex is marriage. Forget what these Christians talking about. All right. But if he has decided firmly not to marry and there is no urgency and he can control his passion, he does well not to marry. So the person who marries his fiancé does well, and the person who doesn't marry does even better. A wife is bound to her husband as long as he lives. If her husband dies, she is free to marry anyone she wishes, but only if he loves the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. So a man, that's an Israelite that's in this truth. See, that's what we tell you women. We always go to the law. You know that, hey, you women, man, you only supposed to deal with the men of Israel. Me, if I know that you dealt with a man outside of Israel, and I'm talking about in the world, you know, if I know that you dealt with a Edomite man before in your past or a Korean man or whatever, I won't deal with your ass. You already contaminated, then you become, hell, I don't know, hell no. Don't tell me. I ain't gonna ask, but you better not slip up and tell me. It says, but in my opinion, it would be better for her to stay single, and I think I am giving you counsel from God Yahweh's spirit when I say this. And Paul was giving counsel from Yahweh Shema Shai. He was in the spirit, man. That's wise wisdom, man. That's wise words from the elder, man. You know. So hey, I just wanted to hit this real quick through the spirit of probably how about Shema Shah. Hey, we don't got time for distractions, man. And women, it's gonna pay off. Men, it's gonna pay off. Children, it's gonna pay off. All right, the kingdom coming. Stay praying for the nigga. How about Shema Shah? Hey, when you got food and water and shelter and comfort and being protected, you how about Shema Shah perform miracles for you. You be like, oh yeah, this good right here. Because that little bit of pleasure, that only lasts a second. Now you enjoy that moment for a couple of minutes, tops. Then it's over. As the scripture in the book in Ecclesiastes, you can't satisfy the flesh. All right, but hey, your spirit is gonna be satisfied when you've been comforted when all hell break loose. Everybody else will be boohoo crying. See, the thing with our people is our people truly don't understand what comfort is. Go back doing CV when these people were freaking out and we were comforted, man. That comfort is gonna be so much better than that. When all this stuff be happening, we eating and drinking and we married, being married. Like it says in Isaiah and Second Esdras, everybody else, man, disease plagued out and stressing and hungry, down and famine and man, throat dry and being attacked by animals and getting raped and hey, they don't have any comfort from that, man. They don't have Yahweh Shema Shah. We got them. All right, we got Yahweh Shema Shah. But when we part of their life. All right, so hey, be thankful, and we really gonna know and understand what comfort is when Yahweh Shema Shah be performing these miracles, man. Stay prayed up in there, Yahweh Shema Shah. Shalom.